Welcome to Night Hacking here at TDC. And my name is Yolande Poirier from Oracle Technology Network. And my guest today is...
Edson Yanaga.
Hi, Edson.
Hi.
You are a Java champion as well, right?
Yes, I am.
Yes,
Yeah.
this is new, like this year, right?
No, I received the Java Champion Award last October.
Ah, okay.
I think right before Java 1.
Okay. Okay, so you already an old-timer.
Okay.
So, Edson, you want to talk to us about speaking?
Yeah, I gave a talk yesterday here at TDC São
Okay.
Paulo about some speaking tips for developers that want to present some material in conferences
Can you
like
just...
TDC.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna fix my microphone.
Yeah, it's a little too close somehow.
Okay.
Good.
Hello?
Yep, that's good.
Better?
Yeah, it's better.
So I realized that many people want to join this community to start participating in events, but maybe they're just too shy or they believe they don't have enough content to be presented in a conference like TDC. But as I'm a track lead of many different track leads too, I always like to emphasize that we are always welcoming new developers trying to present new content, because I started like this like some years ago. I don't know how many years ago exactly, but I was a freshman just trying to present some content in a big conference like TDC. And of course, I thank you, the track leads by the time that accepted my talks, because it gave me the opportunity to start practicing my skills. And now I can be a frequent speaker, at least in some conferences. So I know it's improved a lot my skills. I know it improved a lot my opportunities as a career. But most important of all, I think it gave me a lot of friends. Now that I have, I can know some awesome people that I can that you can only meet in this kind of events. So I can have the opportunity to know some great developers, that people that you only meet on the internet. You can meet at this conference. You can even have a chance to be interviewed by Java, which is a very rare and special occasion.
Like right now?
Yeah, why not? And you can only have this opportunity if you get to attend a conference and maybe be presenting some session about something that you know. And one of this...
So one thing I want to say about the night hiking stage is that we also welcome people who want to do the interviews. So like replace me, right? Because I'm only me, one person, and so I can't scale, right? So I always welcome also people from the community who want to do their own interviews and find speakers to interviews. So it's a great opportunity too. But
great.
You're the guest.
So if you want to have the opportunity to practice your skills as an interviewer, you have the night hacking stage available.
Absolutely.
What can be better than be broadcasted live to thousands of developers worldwide? Then, well, I know it sounds scary, but it's a lot of fun. Okay, we're just having fun here.
Oh.
And another tip that I would like to give you to be speaking. I know, of course, you'll be nervous when it's your first time speaking at a conference, but it's always supposed to be fun, because you were always supposed to be doing something that you want, that you like, that you love, and you know, the audience, they realize when you're passionate about something. So if you really love what you're doing, there's no way you're getting wrong. You know, you may not even talk that good. You may not speak the right words. Your demo might not work that well. But when people they see that you're passionate about what you're doing, they're gonna like what you're doing, independent of the result that you have in your talk. So you have to be passionate about what you're doing, and of course, a bit of rehearsal home always helps. But if you want to that's tips for trying to speak at somewhere. But if you want to get better at speaking at the conferences, I always like to, one of the things that helped me a lot, in the first talks that I did in some conferences, I believe that to be respected, I had to be serious. So people would listen and believe me. But there's a great quote that I would like to give. I don't remember who said that to me. But there are no bad talks at all. There are only boring talks and amazing talks. So you have to, so your talk should be fun. People should be entertained about what you're doing.
Right. Okay. So what else? Some concrete tips that you can give someone. So imagine. So somebody is like trying to come up with like a topic. So how can they make it fun?
Okay.
What fun means, because it's easy to.
Okay. I know that many of you that see me on the internet or even on stage, I usually try to be fun, or at least I try to be passionate about what I'm doing. But personally, I'm a very shy person. I'm an introvert. I have a hard time to start talking. Oh, it's true. Okay. It's true. So one of the tips that I gave yesterday is that, especially when I come to conferences, I try to be another person. At least I try to be the person that I want to be.
Yeah.
So I'm pretending. I'm not saying pretending in a bad way, because I'm always trying to improve. I think this person that I try to be here is better than the person that I'm every day. So I'm always trying to improve and try to be this person. That's why I have to be a bit more extrovert. I know it consumes a lot of energy, but I think it usually works. So
okay, so acting, right?
Yeah,
acting like out of your comfort zone, basically, right?
And I'm not particularly a funny person. So even in my talks, I try to, when I try to make people laugh or say something interesting, some funny, I usually rehearse a lot, because no jokes have nothing to do about what you say, but how you say and the timing. Because timing is usually important. In all the jokes, they always have a stop. When you stop to breathe, and that's when we expect people to laugh.
Right.
You have to rehearse that a lot, because I know how it works when you get it wrong, so you have to rehearse it a lot. So it's one way of getting people to enjoy your talk. But when you get people, when you learn how to make people laugh in your talk, then you learn that just the first step. Because if you want people, you see a lot of talks in different conferences, but some of the talks you always remember, and some of them you just forget. And when you try to think about the talks that you always remember, are the ones that make you feel something. So you have to play with the emotions in your talk. And again, I'm not talking playing with the emotions in a bad way, but you have to you have to make the audience feel some joy, feel some pain, feel some boredom, feel something to laugh, something to be passionate about. You know, when you talk about your experience, it's very easy to generate empathy when you talk about some bad experience that you have, because many people have the same bad experiences. Then you create empathy. Oh, this guy knows how I feel when that happens.
Right.
So you create empathy, you create some kind of connection, so people start listening, and after that, remembering you. I think that's there are a lot of speaking tips that you can have, but that's one of the things that I think it helps me the most, because I always try to connect with the people in the audience. If I were the people, what would they feel when they have the problem, when they use this technology, which kind of problem they're trying to solve, which are the pain points. And when you handle the pain points very well, people will remember that, and sometimes they will love it, because not because you're someone to admire, but because you're exactly a person that feels the same pain.
Right. You like them, right? So it's really like a connection, I think, with the audience, basically.
Yeah. We usually like people that feel and think alike us.
Yep.
So that's one way of creating a connection.
Yep.
Okay.
So you talked a lot about like what to do during the talk, during the presentation. But how about like when people want to submit a talk? Because I mean, you need to get in the door first. So what are some of your advice for that?
Really? Yeah. We know that to be talking, you have to be accepted first.
Right.
So as I'm in the program committee of many different conferences, and one of the things that we see when people submit their abstracts is that sometimes people don't get the point. They submit the abstract, but when you read it, you don't know what the speaker is going to talk about,
right?
Which kind of problem they're trying to solve. Okay, so it's just I'm going to talk about this technology, but okay, what is this technology useful for? Who's going to use that? Why do you think that's important? Which kind of problem did you solve with this technology? I think these are the things that you can never miss in any abstract, because these are the things that people usually assess when they're seeing your abstracts. So you have to see why your session is important for the people that will be watching that. So if it doesn't give any benefits, people are not going to accept that. Not just because you have a beautiful name or just because you're going to talk about a new cool technology. People want you to be problem solvers. They come to your talk to see, I have this problem. Oh, maybe he has some experience on that, and maybe I can find a solution to my daily problem. So that's why they come to your talk. So that's a tip I would like to give to you when you're writing your abstracts. And for beginners, don't try to create like catchy titles for talks. I usually would advise you to just leave this to the very experienced guys, because people they know your resume. So for the beginners, just stick to the standard formal title. It's much easier for you to get accepted that way.
So, and should they had blogs, other resources of the work that that they've done?
Yeah,
Is that
it always helps, because I do that, because when you don't know somebody that submitted a talk, you just look for that name on the internet, and then sometimes you find a blog post. Oh, he's actually using that technology, or you can find a video, some demo, or maybe he presented a similar session in another conference. Oh, then you try to Google what people thought about that. Then maybe that's a really good talk. We should accept that. So you have to create your online presence. And you know, these days, the easiest way to create an online presence is always a blog, because Twitter, it just passes by, and Facebook, it's hard to get access to that. So you should be really, don't think about Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat. Just write your blog, because that's an universally indexable thing that you can use.
right? GitHub account.
GitHub, yeah. But usually people just commit their code into GitHub.
Yep.
There's no README, or just the title of the project is not useful.
True.
So if you publish a project on GitHub, please fulfill what is this project about, which problem it's going to solve, blog about it, anything that you can use to promote yourself. Because code is great, but if nobody knows how to use it, then it's worthless. Then you should be able to document what you're doing, so people can watch and see, well, at least how great your code is. Or the other way, how crappy it is, but then you can prove.
That we don't want to know.
Okay.
So what else? So any other tips for conferences? Or some of the mistakes that you see in submissions. So aside from everything we talked, any other like mistakes, like common mistakes that people do?
Okay, many conferences have different tracks that you can submit, and maybe your subject usually encompasses more than one track.
Yep.
But I see people, they have one track, and then they try to submit like 5 talks to the same track. You know, we're not gonna approve more than one talk by you on the same track. So if you want your chances to increase, you should be submitting to different tracks with different track hosts.
Yep.
It helps you a lot. And sometimes it's even helpful, because sometimes the track host is thinking about something for the track. And why don't you email him or her, or send a tweet about that? What are you thinking about the track? What are the topics that would you like to see covered? So it helps, because at least in my case, I love to reply for this kind of questions, because it helps me as a track host to create a better track. So it shows me that you're interested. Maybe you can, now you have a direct contact with me. We can exchange some emails. Maybe you can send me your abstract. I can give you some tips on how to improve that. So that's a mistake that people do, and that's something that you can always improve.
Okay. Yeah. No, that's a very good tip.
Yeah. And another tip, now that you mentioned that, before speaking, it's always useful for you to attend the conference and be at the session. And after the sessions, you can always go talk to the speakers. You can always go talk to the track hosts and give your feedback, because you know, we remember faces. So you see, when you see your picture, when you Google your name and see your picture with your name, oh, I know this guy. We talked at that conference, that place. He was a nice guy. Maybe I could give a chance to him or her. So that's important tip too.
Mhm. So how about co-presenting?
Co-presenting, one of my biggest dreams in my life was always to be in San Francisco at Java One to
Yep.
present a session. And I said I will always be welcome to my very dear friend Bruno Souza, the Java man, because my first session I just co-presented with him. He just had a session accepted. His co-presented couldn't attend the session. He invited me, and it was very important, especially because I'm a non-native English speaker. So first time in the US, first time in San Francisco, first time in Java One, first time speaking in English. So it was the
Yeah.
first time everything. I was pretty nervous. So it helped a lot to be co-presenting because you always have some kind of support when you
Yeah.
just stall and you don't know how to do or what to say. Your friend, your co-presenter is always there to help you. So even if you're speaking your native language, it always helps to have a friend co-presenting with you, which is more experienced, because for sure he's going to help you to get the presentation well done, to get the abstract going, and to help you when you get nervous. He'll be there to calm you.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Yeah, no, that's a good. I do that with Steven, and that helps.
Okay, so even experienced
Yep.
presenters do that. Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else you can think of?
I don't know. I always like to say that in my entire life, I always thought that attending conference was a waste of time and money. And I have to admit that my entire life I was wrong, because the best investment, I realized that the best investment that I can give to myself, to my career, is to spend time and money and come to attend conferences. And especially if you come to a conference and you don't make friends, then it's usually worthless. You should come here and make very new good friends, because we have a lot of different developers here which are just as shy as you, shy as me. They don't want to be talking to people because they are afraid of what people will be thinking about them. So everybody's shy here, so just start to talk, because it's wonderful when someone just reaches you out and start a conversation. Okay, and another tip: a good starting conversation, a good thing that you can ask to start a conversation. Never ask what the people do.
Okay.
What do you do? I work for a bank. I just get tickets, and I code. My code gets deployed every 2 years, so my job sucks. Never ask what people do, but ask what people like to do or what they love to do, because everybody is excited talking about what they love or they want to do.
Right.
So that's a good starting for a conversation.
Right. Or what kind of subject are you interested in?
Yeah.
In the
I've
conference?
seen you
Yeah.
at the containers track.
Yeah.
Maybe. What do you think containers would help you in your day, or what do you want? What do you plan to do with containers?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then people get excited.
Right.
Don't ask what do you do. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
No
That's
downer. No
yeah.
downers.
Okay.
Perfect. Thank you so much for all the tips. It was really insightful and interesting. And
Thank you.
you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for your time. It's always a pleasure to be talking with Java at the Night Hack website. And if you come
Yep.
here to a conference and you see the Night Hacking booth,
Yeah, you
please
can always come by and ask and say, I have something interesting to say, and I'll say yes.
Okay.
That's it.
Well,
It's that simple.
yeah, Yolanda is available. Please.
Always.